great to be at the little Treehouse of Knowledge. Thank you very much. It's always fun to see the kids, and it's always fun to see how they react to a book and how they interact. We're going around the state and really talking about this week, as schools start back, about the science of reading and the importance of reading. And this is an emphasis that we are putting on not just for K through 12, but obviously pre-K, young children, getting them used to books. And I was very interested to find out they know what the author is and they know what the illustrator is. And that certainly is a good thing. But it's clear that they have been read to before and had familiarity with books, which is so very important. In the budget that I asked the legislature to pass was a provision that said all our schools in Ohio, our K through 12 schools, would start focusing on what we call the science of reading. It is really based upon the brain science that the researchers have learned about, how people learn how to read. And you know, when you watch it in a classroom, it is a lot of phonics, and it's other things that really make a difference in how young people learn how to read. Unfortunately, some of the schools in the state have not yet started that. And so this fall, every school will be starting to focus on what we call the science of reading. And to really explain the why we're doing the science of reading, we thought it was a good idea to really look at what teachers are doing and listen to the teachers, listen to the students, listen to some of the experts in this area. So I'd like to play, we have about an 8.5-minute video, and Eric on our team, who's right back there, he and Eve worked on this. They traveled all over the state of Ohio, and a lot of the places they went to, my wife Fran and I had been to as well. So Eric, why don't we go ahead and play that now. Thank you.
I see a lot of growth when I look out at them. The science of reading, it's proven that it works and that it produces better readers. G. It's literally like a roadmap to reading, as well as like to their brain.
The word is, there we go, kiss your brains.
We want to be the best elementary school in the state of Ohio. I believe that if you teach kids how to read fundamentally, then you teach them to be critical thinkers. And if you teach them to be critical thinkers, you empower them to go into the world.
Snake.
We like to sound it, and then we keep trying it until we get the word. I crack it out. It makes it easier for me to understand.
Easier because there is actual brain science involved in the science of reading methods.
Different parts of the brain work in unison systematically when you see a word or hear a word.
When someone is learning to read, pathways in the brain must be built. Science shows that when readers read, the brain activates letter recognition with the sounds that letters make to the meaning of the word. Explicit instruction helps to build these pathways.
Through instructional strategies that are based on the science of reading, we're able to help kids make those connections.
Dr. Dottie Erb, a prior skeptic, now embraces science of reading methods, which have been infused into teaching future teachers at Marietta College.
It is immoral to ignore what science tells us that will inform the way that we teach reading. This is a game changer.
The science of reading refers to 50 years worth of research from around the world about the brain, how proficient reading and writing develop, why some kids have difficulty, and how to assess, teach, and improve outcomes. Dr. Melissa Weber-Mayer, the Ohio Department of Education's literacy chief, explains that the science-based teaching includes 5 key skills.
They are phonemic awareness, which is the sounds that we hear. It is phonics, which is connecting sounds and letters, so identifying letters, but also knowing all of the sounds that those letters make, because letters make more than one sound. It is the amount of vocabulary that we know and are exposed to. It is fluency, and fluency not just in reading paragraphs, but also fluency in how fast can I decode a word and how accurately can I decode the word. And then comprehension, which is, do I bring meaning to what I'm reading? So part of what's happening in your brain is, as you're being taught in this explicit, systematic, sequential way, your brain is putting this into your working memory so you can apply this later when you come to words that you don't know.
Dr. Weber-Mayer believes the move to science of reading instruction, which only some Ohio schools have made, is urgent. 40% of Ohio's 3rd graders are not proficient readers. It is urgent, which is why, in places like Cincinnati, Dayton, and Heath, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and First Lady Fran DeWine are watching the science of reading instruction in action, while pushing for every Ohio student, K through 12, to receive this science-based, systematic approach.
We know that reading proficiency dictates quality of life. We can make a huge difference in the lives of Ohio students.
We saw nearly a double a percentage in annual growth for their iReady assessments. It is absolutely worth the investment, and I would argue that it is the highest lever for improving student outcomes as it relates to early literacy.
Sing, swing, or rhyme.
We're usually separating words and making them and spelling them and just fun stuff like that. How do you feel, old friend? I love reading. I read almost every night. It gives me enough confidence to break down any word that I don't feel confident in.
And be thinking, what does the word say now?
And I'm proud that I have that much confidence because my teacher taught me how to gain it.
The C makes the sound.
It is so fun to see the light bulbs going off when students are listening, speaking, writing, using tactile activities. All parts of the brain are being activated. When my students first took the district diagnostic assessment, we had 61% of my 3rd graders below or well below grade level. Now we have 63% of students at or above grade level.
It was not about poverty, it was not about students' home life, it was about what we can do, what is in our control in this building, what practices can we put in place to make sure that our kids are literate and that they can read.
You tell me the whole word. Are you ready? Tap along with me.
Our students in grades 3 through 5 engage in vocabulary instruction every single day. Build background knowledge, learning the definitions, using it in sentences, talking with partners.
It feels good to have our parents walk in during our literacy nights and say, hey, thank you for doing this. I can use this with my family at home or with my kids.
K through 2nd grade, our students engage in phonemic awareness activities every single day. Activities typically include rhyming, segmenting, blending, onset and rhyme. This activity helps them to understand how words are put together and taken apart.
When I think about literacy, I think of the great equalizer. It's equity. It gives them access.
TUCK.
3rd grade proficiency test scores jumped from 50% to 91% over a 4-year period at Riverside Elementary.
Today, what you're going to do is practice doing tap it, map it, graph it, zap it.
Literacy specialist Margot Ship works with teachers and even the new principal
Spell it for us.
S-T-O-P.
Zap it.
Stop.
Nice.
to support science of reading instruction.
This district is willing to pay to have their teachers continue, the new teachers come in, so that everyone speaks the same language. From intervention specialist to the speech language pathologist, to the kindergarten teacher, to the 6th grade teacher, everyone can talk the same thing.
At the beginning of the year, I was reading 6 words per minute.
And today,
I can read 101 words in a minute.
early reading achievement has a multiplier effect, creating more and more opportunities, which is why teachers are passionate about the science of reading methods they are seeing transform students every single day.
I want them to have the same chances that their other peers may have.
I want to be a pharmacological scientist. I want to be a pediatrician. I want to be a realtor. I want to be a scientist.
When they come to school, they should get what they need in order to be successful in this world. They deserve that as children.
Good things are coming. It's a start to empowering every child to meet their potential and do what they can do.
Well, our goal is for every child to be able to live up to their God-given potential. And to do that, they have to be able to read. What we're announcing today, we're calling ReadOhio. It is not just for young people, it's for everyone. Everyone still has the ability to learn to read. And under ReadOhio, we're doing all the different things that we've talked about, certainly including the Dolly Parton Imagination Library that my wife Fran has worked on. We now have close to 400,000 students, 400,000 young people from 0 to 5 years of age who get the book get a book every single month. Let me now introduce Chris Woolett, who is the Acting Superintendent of Public Instruction in the state of Ohio. Chris, thank you.